Hey, sports card fans, it's John, Wade Boggs fan. Hope you're all doing well. I'm off to a great start on my 100 cards for $10,000 project in 2026. So far, at the start of February here, I've picked up 5 cards off of that list. Now, granted, I did get some eBay gift cards for Christmas, and that definitely helped in terms of the budget of me being able to afford some of these cards. But nonetheless, picking up 5 cards in essentially a month, I know I won't be able to keep up that pace, but it's given me a nice little jump start to start the year off. So today, I'm going to be showing off card number 69 off of my 100 cards for $10,000 project, and it is a beautiful card. So I'm going to turn the camera around, show off that card and some of the other cards I have of that player in my collection. So let's go take a look. All right, card number 69 is this 1970 Pete Rose. Check that out. Love the centering, the registration, the color. Actually, in addition to the centering, the color is what drew me to this copy here. This was an auction, and around the same time, there was another copy that I was somewhat interested in, had the same general centering, but the darkness of the red in the cap just wasn't as nice. This one has a nice deep red to it. So I decided to go after this card and was fortunate enough to win the auction. When I get into the numbers, I'll let you know. I bid pretty strong on this card given where the comps were for a high eye appeal card, and I think I did fairly well on it. So here's the back, really nice as well. Nice centering. It does have a little, creamish color to the back. There are some copies of 1970 Topps cards that have more of a brighter white back, but I don't mind the little, the off-white example here. So overall, a really, really nice example. So for those of you who follow along, again, I hide the number grade because I want everyone to enjoy just the look of the card. But for those of you who are interested, and it goes into how much I paid for the card, the number grade on this, and I believe it is a newer slabbed card. No, it's not a PSA 4. It is a PSA 5. And yes, it is a newer graded card. But yeah, just a great example, I think, of the 70 Topps Pete Rose. With these 70s cards and how relatively thin the borders are, you really notice when something is off center, and even top to bottom, this is pretty good. So I'm going to set the 70 Topps Pete Rose off to the side here for a minute, and I thought I would show off the other 1970s cards I have of Pete Rose. I am missing his 1971, so that's another card on my 100 cards for $10,000 project, his 71. Trying to find the right example. Haven't quite found one yet, but I'm sure there's going to be one out there at some point here. So we'll start off with his 72. In his 73, I have all the remaining 70s cards. So the only one I'm missing from the 70s is his 71. Let's even get that focused. There we go. Like the centering on the back of this one. Is 74. I really like this one, his 75. Fortunately, he was an all-star and was given the yellow and red color scheme, as I believe all the all-star cards in the 75 set got. And just like the Johnny Bench, I think just makes for a beautiful looking card. We have his 76. Another all-star. Come on, there we go. There we go. And his 77, if I recall, this one was, it took me a little while to find a well-centered copy. This was early on in my, starting my vintage collection, I believe. And at the time, I think sevens were more than, in terms of my budget, so I found this really nice 6. And then for my 78 Hall of Fame run, this is, I consider this part of my Hall of Fame run, even though he's not a Hall of Famer yet. Maybe someday. But picked up this really sharp copy. I bet you at least 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. And this has definitely gone up in value from what it's worth now. Definitely would not, if I didn't have this card, definitely would not be in that high number grade. But yeah, glad I bought it when I did. And finally, his 79. Okay, let's get back to card number 69 here, the 70 tops. So, what did I have this on my list? What did I spend? And all that stuff. So, I had this on my list in a PSA 6. And when I put this list together a little over 2 years ago, I thought I would have to spend $100 for a PSA 6. Well, in this PSA 5, a lot has happened in the last 2 years. Some cards, vintage cards, have gone up in price, especially Pete Rose, since his passing and the talk of, well, will he now potentially get into the Hall of Fame? Pete Rose cards have gone up in price. So all in, and again, this was an auction. So the winning bid I had, plus the shipping and tax, I'm all in for just like $1 over $100. So I spent what I thought I would need to spend, but instead of a PSA 6, it's a PSA 5, just because of where PSA 6s have gone. And again, you could probably find PSA 6s that don't look this nice. So, yeah, I think I did well. Now, how do PSA 5s, where do they go for? So, how well did I do in picking up this copy here? On the low end, recent prices for a PSA 5, the low $49, the average $71. But the recent high sale over the last 12 months, there was one that sold for $120. I didn't look up that specific copy. My guess is it's probably a well-centered copy, really nice eye appeal. So for me to be in all in at $100, that includes shipping and tax, and for someone to have paid $120 before shipping and tax, I think I did fairly well. Now, where are PSA 6 copies going for? Again, to give you some sense of when I first put the list together, I thought, on the high end, to get a really nice copy, I'd have to spend $100 for a PSA 6. Well, currently, on the low end, PSA 6's, the lowest one in the last 12 months went for $91, average $113, and on the high end, $170. So again, as you can see, over the last 2 years, including his passing and the interest in potential Hall of Fame, his cards have gone up, I believe, across the board, definitely on higher end or high grade copies, but to the mid grades as well. So yeah, I would have had, if I really wanted a 6, if I was really concentrating on that number grade up there, probably at a minimum, I'd have to spend $150, probably at a minimum, to get a copy that looks like this. And all in, I'm in for $100. So where am I now with 69 cards collected here in my project? Well, I thought for those 69 cards, I'd have to spend $6,480. But to date, I've only spent $3,855. So I'm still $2,625 to the good. And that is around 60%. It's just under 60% of what I thought I would have to spend. So if I can continue this for the next 31 cards, which I probably won't, we're getting into some higher end cards here, but if I can continue that pace, I'll get all 100 cards for around $6,000 instead of $10,000, which I think is a testament to being able to find bargains out there, sometimes dropping down a number grade. But as you can see here, I don't think I sacrifice the eye appeal at all. So, yeah, there we have it. Card number 69, the 1970 Topps Pete Rose. We'd love to know in the comments what you think about this latest pickup and the other Pete Rose cards I have from the 1970s. And with that, that's all I have for you. So until next time, thanks for watching.